forward in time to view alternate futures, to see all the possible outcomes of the coming conflict.
How many did you see?
14,605,000.
How many did we win?
1.
Now we've all been there. Those times when an unexpected expense hits and you just don't have the cash to cover it. With so many different aspects to my financial situation, like editors to pay, sponsorships, merch, and taxes, it's crucial that I'm able to make ends meet. In fact, Americans pay billions in overdraft fees each year, including a whopping $11 billion in 2021 alone. That's why I use Dave. Dave is a banking app that's leveling the financial playing field. When you download Dave, you could get up to $500 in 5 minutes or less. No credit check, no late fees, no interest. It's part of Dave's Extra Cash account. Advance the money you need with no interest, and then settle up later. Extra Cash gives you more money to buy groceries, fill the tank, and pay rent, without having to wait for your next paycheck. It's time to remove extra stress with Extra Cash. Millions of people have already downloaded the Dave app to make their finances easier. So if you're in a pinch, get the help you need by downloading Dave. Download Dave today at dave.com/JohnnyArnett. You could get up to $500 in 5 minutes or less when you download Dave. No credit check, no late fees, no interest. Download the Dave app now and go to dave.com/JohnnyArnett. For terms and conditions, go to dave.com/legal. Eligibility criteria and instant transfer fees apply. Banking services provided by Evolve. Member FDIC. Well, it's about freaking time. Prior to the final starting, when I predicted that the Mavericks would win the series in 7 games, this was the team that I expected to show up. The final score was 122-84 as the Mavericks kept hopes alive, winning Game 4 and making the series a 3-1 deficit. For a while, it looked like Dallas might break the 1998 Chicago Bulls record for the largest margin of victory in NBA Finals history. Now the Mavs are moving on to Boston in Game 5, and they're trying to do something that no team has ever done before, which is come back from a 3-0 deficit to win a series. Luka Doncic had 29 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists on the evening, but the part that stood out to me the most was the fact that he was moving his feet defensively. He looked like he heard all of the criticisms from Brian Windhorst and from the basketball community as a whole. And he looked more motivated, more energetic, and like he was just trying harder defensively. His co-star, Kyrie Irving, had 21 points, 6 assists, and 4 rebounds on an efficient shooting night. The story of the night, though, was the supporting cast. The role players for the Mavericks finally looked like the role players that we had seen throughout the Western Conference playoffs. Guys like Derek Lively, Dante Exum, and Tim Hardaway all scored in double figures, as the Mavericks had a total of 5 players scoring in double digits. If you ask me, Lively proved in Game 4 that he hasn't been getting enough minutes, and maybe Gafford is just taking too many. Lively was making the hustle plays, he was being a force in the interior, and he was giving his team plenty of second chance opportunities. On the night, he had 11 points and 12 rebounds, and was certainly an energetic spark for this group. This game was basically never close and was rarely in question, as Boston had waved the white flag by the 2-minute mark of the third quarter. It looked like they were not ready to win the championship on this evening, like they had taken their foot off the gas. We've seen this a lot throughout NBA Finals history, and if I'm being honest, this game kind of reminded me of Game 4 of the 2017 NBA Finals. Like, we all knew that the 2017 Golden State Warriors were the more powerful and more talented team. But on their home floor, the 2017 Cleveland Cavaliers just got hot from 3-point distance, and they had an emphatic victory to keep their hopes alive, before Golden State went back to their building to win the series in 5. At the end of the day, it was kind of fool's gold in 2017, and you kind of wonder if that's the case now in 2024. Envisioning a team as talented as Boston and as defensively sound as Boston winning 4 straight games is really hard for me to picture. But if the Mavericks do happen to steal Game 5 in Boston, then things really start to become very, very interesting. It's not just that the Celtics disappeared on this evening. as Jaylen Brown, who was my finals MVP up to this night, only finished with 10 points on 3 of 12 shooting and 1 of 5 from 3-point range. Jason Tatum was 4 of 10 and just 1 of 4 from 3-point distance. You know they're going to come out with a better performance in Game 5, and probably a much better defensive effort as well. But the question remains, will these Dallas Mavericks role players play to the same level that they played in Game 4? If they do, then Game 5 will be anybody's game. But so far, they're 1 out of 4 in finals games for supporting Kyrie and Luka. Ultimately, this just reiterates something that we've been saying throughout these playoffs, is that this Dallas Mavericks team has a ton of fight, and that they don't just lay over and you can never count them out. If anything, it's nice to see them have a respectable effort to keep their hopes alive and to remind people that they aren't the garbage that the media has making them seem like over the last few days. A lot of things have to go right for Boston to win this 5th game. So let me know, Mavericks fans, how are you feeling about your chances? Do you have hope for your team, or do you feel like they're just delaying the inevitable? Boston has been known in the past for choking significant series leads in the playoffs, but a 3-0 series lead is something else entirely. I do think it's going to happen in the NBA at some point, but this being the series, I'm not so sure. Just to throw in a fun fact, Jason Tatum was -33 tonight on his plus-minus. He's now the first and only player in NBA history to be -30 or worse in multiple games in the NBA Finals. His chances of getting the Finals MVP are getting slimmer and slimmer, and he's definitely gonna need to step up in Game 5 because the Mavericks are not done throwing punches. So what do you guys think? Is there any hope for this Dallas team, or is it all just theater at this point? I look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks for watching as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more basketball content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.